let me hit you here, Topher. Let me tell you. I got an early preview game for a game that comes out next month. It is Wanderstop. It's from Ivy Road, but essentially it is this super cozy tea management game. Topher, it's such a vibe, dude. It is very much, once you get through the tutorial, they're like, hey, enjoy it. Do what you want to do. There's not rules. There's not time limits. There's not restrictions or like, make some damn tea, brother. You start the game, you're playing as Alta. She's a fighter. She's like, this is what I do. This is all I do is fight people and beat people up. Until one day she doesn't. She loses a fight. She's like, fuck, that's a fluke. My bad. Like, won't happen again. And she loses again and again and again and again. And she's like, what is happening? Why am I not winning? Why am I losing all of my fights? This isn't cool. So she's like, got it. I need to go find Master Winters, who is the ultimate warrior. They're going to show me everything I need to get better at this. So the game starts off in this really like ominous like scene where you are running through the forest, you're trying to find Winters, and you're just like exhausted. You're like, what do I do? And you're like, do I stop and take a moment or do I keep going? So I tried, I'm like, let's keep going. And the dialogue keeps going. She's just like, I got this. I gotta, and she, like, she's losing it. When you stop, she's like, my sword is so heavy. Why is my sword so heavy? And you pass out. Then you meet the most adorable man in existence. His name is Boro. Boro is so great. He finds you passed out in the woods, carries you to his shop. I'm giving this very like, hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing okay. He's such a sweetheart. He's just like, I'm not going to force you to do anything, but I think what's best for you is if you stay here and help me make some tea. We all have goals in life. Sometimes those goals change. And the first time he says this, Alta gets pissed. She's like, who the fuck are you to tell me to change my life? Who do you think you are? I was born to do this. You think I would just train my entire life to do this one thing and then just give it up? So she goes to leave, but she still can't pick up the sword because it's much too heavy for her, but passes out again on the way. And Boro's just like, I think you're exhausted. I think what you're failing to understand is that as hard as you work, you need to take a break. You can't just keep going. You have to stop. And you can continue to see how this affects Alta and how she is with people, how she is with just like not having something to do. But eventually she's like, okay, I literally can't make it anymore because I physically can't take up my sword and I physically can't make it far enough. I have to stay here and do something. But Boro's like, tell you what, you stay here as long as you want. You're not forced to live here. You can do what you want.
I have to say, Boro is giving me big, what was his name? Baymax?
Yes,
from
yeah,
5?
He's got the vibe. He's got the vibe. Yes, he does have that. Making tea is so obnoxiously over the top, like so much junk, but it's so much fun. So you start out, you get a bunch of resources and you have to run and pick up tea leaves, which you'll go put in a machine, which will make it into a tea ball. That's like the base you need for tea. Then you have this really cool system where you are constructing plant seeds by putting plants into the ground, and however they bloom, you can take those seeds, turn them into fruit, and then put those fruit into the tea to create a different type. Some have more medicinal purposes. Some are like caffeine-based things. They make you more energetic. Some are more just like, oh, it's got a minty flavor. People are gonna like it. But like, this is the tea machine. When you go in, you have to climb the top of the ladder, put the water in the thing. You climb down, you have to heat it up so you can get it to boiling water. You have to keep it in the certain age so it gets hot. Then you move to the next part, you move the dial so it drains to the next spot. You go over there where you put in the stuff, you infuse the tea ball, whatever fruit you want to put in there. I constantly get stuck on this platform because I have to go back up. You put everything in that you need, and then at the very bottom is a little swirl that puts it into the cup. Once you're done, you can either drink it for yourself, or if you have a customer come in, you can take the tea to them and they will drink it and be like, awesome, thank you so much. Then you take the empty, dirty cups, you put them on this little carousel, which will automatically wash it, puts it back on the shelf, and you go grab it when you need a new teacup. I say annoying, it's not annoying at all. It's goofy, it's a lot of steps, it's so much different stuff to do, but it's not like it has slowed me down. It is the same routine every time. The only thing that really changes is what you choose to put into the tea, is how you want to change the flavor. It throws me off every time because this cup overflows. I'm like, oh no, I've wasted it. It's like, no, it's just the animation. It's fine. People will come into town and be like, hey, I am this person, like this person on the screen. Like, I'm the demon hunter. We as demon hunters go to town. When we find a town, we stay here to hunt demons. And also just like, what fucking demons? Where are the demons? Like, well, actually, we've done such a great job. There's no demons around. It's like, so what the fuck are you here for? It's just like, just to protect, you know, we're not really, it's like, okay, got it. So Alta's like very short with these people. Then you have Gerald, who is currently my favorite, but Gerald is this knight who is just like, I'm not cool. And I want to impress my son. by being a cool knight. And you're just like, okay, I guess you could do that. But then he ran into a witch and cursed his leg. So now he's got this burning purple leg that is infecting him. He's like, I'll figure it out. If I do some push-ups, it'll go away. It's like, I don't think so, buddy. I don't think that's how that works. But it's just these fun, casual conversations that you have with these people. And then after you take a request, you're like, okay, he wants something that's like this. So you go out and you plant some plants. The way they work is there's small plants and there's big plants. You have to plant them in a certain way. I'm going to say plant a lot here. Plant them in a certain way so that they create a certain type of plant, right? So you put 3 in a row of the same, they'll make a bigger plant. If you go for a large one, there's like a triangle type shape. So you put 1 type of seed in the middle and then 3 separate ones on the outside, or vice versa, right? And you change it up and that'll give you a brand new type of plant, which will give you a brand new type of seed, brand new type of tea. I've only got to experiment. I think there was 5 or 6 different ones that I was able to craft here. And I'm sure there's more that I just didn't think of. Oh, if I do it this way and this way, it'll work out this way. But yeah, when people have things to say, they'll walk up to you, they say, hey, I could use a tea like this. And you could just go knock that out right away, or you could just continue to clean the area, cut down trees, fill your watering can, plant more plants. Like, there's no like, hey, this person's getting sick of waiting, you better go take care of that. You just do it. Whatever pace you want. There's not like a feel rushed to accomplish something. There might be steps like you can't really do this till you do this. But like, I did not feel confined to like a path in this game. This open area of the shop felt very much just like, have fun, get cozy, do your thing. Someone walks up to you and like, yeah, can I get this thing? They still roam around the tea shop. They don't really like bother you to be like, hey, like, could you hurry the fuck up? They exist. And I think playing a whole game like that, where it's going to allow me to just do what I got to do, right? Where I think of Moonlight, where I'm like, I know this customer's coming in 3 days because they need to pick up this certain thing. So I got to go in the dungeon and get this certain thing. And if I don't bring back this certain thing, they're going to be pissed. I'm not going to get paid. I'm going to lose blah, 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 blah. This doesn't seem to have that. It is allowing you to just exist at your own pace. So whether you want to make something right away, whether you want to focus on something else and then come back to that when you feel like it, whether you totally forgot someone asked for a cup of tea like I did and you're like, oh shit, my bad, dog, let me get that for you real quick. Yeah, there's no penalty to it. And I think that's like probably my favorite part of it, is how just relaxed the experience is.
I can imagine. But it does make me wonder, because if I remember correctly, the trailer did hint at some like darker topics.
Yes, for sure.
And is there any of those darker topics that are mentioned in the demo?
Yeah, so when you start, I think it's after your first, like, I'm going to go back, I'm going to explore again, please let me leave. And Bora's like, yeah, go for it, go ahead. You run out again with, you know, your sword and everything. But yeah, you come back and there's this moment of, I think it could be a combination of like self-doubt along with just like defeat that couples with her exhaustion. And the scene we've seen in the trailer, right, of her kind of sitting on the bench, being in her own head, and just Bora's like, hey, like, you good? You can see the stress and how she's hurting other people with that. But Bora is just like this, hey, I get it. Going through some shit. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just relax. Remember, you can take a break. From what I've played so far, I've not had a lot of the deeper moments happen quite yet. I'm sure they're bound to happen more. I think the playtest ends on this very like, it's setting up like, oh, I see something weird's happening around here. If we want to fix it, we're going to have to do this. You interact with it, you get a cutscene. Thanks for playing. I'm like, fuck, no, I wanted to fix the problem that we're having. No, I need to keep going. So it definitely has me aching to play more. Because right now it's been very simple, I think, to give me more of the gameplay than it is the narrative beats. But yeah, I can see where this is going to go. After playing in Stars in Time and seeing a lot of the self-doubt in that, I'm seeing similar vibes here. So I think that's where this is going to mainly focus, starting with Alta, and see where that goes later.
I have to say, like, as someone who has gone through burnout in the past, this feels like a very burnout game. Like,
yeah,
the symptoms that she's showing and the way that Boro is like treating her. I mean, we can all imagine people who are on the edge of a burnout and they're like, I don't have time for a burnout, I have things to do.
Exactly.
And it's giving these vibes.
Yep, and that's exactly what Alta's doing. Her whole thing is just, I need to get stronger now so I stop losing. And like, as you're roaming around, like, you go to Boro, it's like, you have an option of like, what's next? He's like, I don't really have anything for you. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, it's a shop. What do you mean you don't have anything for me to do? He's like, I don't. I mean, you can make yourself some tea. She's like, I don't want any damn tea. He's like, okay, then don't drink tea. It's seeing her start to build off of Boro's kindness of just like, yeah, have a good time. Come and go as you please. She's like, this isn't right. This isn't how life goes, but I guess here it is. I don't know. And I want to see that happy moment where her and Boro have like a cool, like, it's got like a father-daughter vibe kind of right now. And I'm waiting to see the like, oh, dad, shucks, I can't wait to be as giddy as you. But yeah, again, such a vibe. I'm so infatuated with it.
I think Boro is gonna make me cry when I play this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But yeah, that was the playtest. It was probably about, I think it's like maybe 3.5-ish hours. The game comes out on March 11th. I think it is PC and PlayStation. So not far, like as of today recording this, like a month away. And I'm like, fuck, dude. This could be here like today, dude. I drop everything to play more of this right now.
Oh, damn. That's high praise.
I'm having a good time. I want more.